What's going on, my peoples? We're here, man. Rolling down to work right now. Rolling to the Dropyard. And today we're going to talk about some pros and some cons of working in a Dropyard. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to get into it right now. First of all, let me say this. When you come to food service, depending on where you live, you might have to work out of a Dropyard. The reason why companies have Dropyards is because maybe their DC is too far away and it's a particular area that they need to cover, and they don't find the need to put a DC up there. So what they'll do is they'll either rent a spot or rent a little area where they can park their trailers, and they can have drivers going there and just grabbing their truck and trailer and headed to work from there, right? Now, to me, one of the biggest advantage of working out of a Dropyard is once you get to work, you can go right to your tractor and trailer. You don't have to worry about finding parking. You're not competing with parking with the warehouse guys, with nobody else that work at the DC. It's pretty much park and head right into your truck. And usually you'll know where the shuttle driver is gonna leave your paperwork. Another advantage of working out of a Dropyard is usually not that many drivers, so it's not that much you can get into as far as when it comes to the load, just the competition of the load, and like worried about not having enough cases and stuff like that. Because working in a Dropyard, you're gonna get the cases depending on where you work on. You know what I'm saying? So it's not that much drivers to compete with your cases. So that's one of the good things about working out of a Dropyard. You know, and working out of a Dropyard, they have like an owner-operator feel to it. You know, a good and bad thing about working out of a Dropyard, it have that owner-operator feel, like I said, but you have to be responsible, like 100% responsible when you work out of a Dropyard. And the reason being is that working out of a Dropyard, they don't have that luxury to just replace you at a drop of a dime. If you decide to call in sick at 4 a.m. and your shift starts at 5 a.m. So they need like responsible people to work out of the Dropyard. So my advice to you guys is if you're going to be working out of a Dropyard, one thing I can tell you guys is if you're not feeling good, you know, you catch a little cold, you don't want to come to work, you know what I'm saying? First of all, let me tell y'all something. We come to work. You know what I'm saying? But you know, some guys, man, they like to call out. Make sure you call out ahead of time, like way ahead of time, so they can either have somebody from the DC to take out your load, so they can make adjustments to your route. Because as I say, it's not that many guys sitting around in the Dropyard to take care of what you got going on. Another disadvantage that you're gonna have working out of a Dropyard is when you need something right away from the DC, it's not gonna be that easy to get it. You know, you might need a charger. Like right now, I need a charger for my printer. I have to wait. I gotta try to get a hold of somebody to set it up. You know what I mean? Let's just say it's something wrong with your paycheck, which is, I mean, 99% of the time in food service, your check is going to be on point. I'm just giving you an example. Instead of going to payroll right away to figure out what's going on, we don't have that advantage. We can only pick up the phone and use the phone, and you guys know how this business is. Sometimes trying to pick up the phone and get a hold of somebody is kind of like, it's really a hard thing, right? Now, one of the disadvantages for me working out of a drop yard is I'm a type of person, man, I don't like to, when I have a complaint or something like that, I don't like to pick up the phone and call a supervisor and make a complaint. That's not my thing, man. And the reason for that is that think about it like this, guys. Like most of you guys, the only time you call your transportation manager is when you're complaining about something. You know what I mean? You never I'm not saying to pick up the phone and call them and say, hey, how you doing? How's your day? But like, just think about it, man. Like, at the end of the day, picture yourself in that role. You don't want to, like, every time a driver call you is just a complaint. So I'm not that type of person that I don't really like to pick up the phone to complain about something. And my number one complaint in food service, man, over the years have been just load up my damn trailer. You know what I'm saying? We don't come here to hang out. We don't come here to play. You know what I'm saying? Just keep my trailer loaded all night and all day. You know what I mean? So I don't really have nothing negative to say when I'm at work and stuff like that. I just out here to do a job. So, you know what I'm saying? I just want my trailer loaded. So I don't think that's a bad complaint. The majority of food service companies, they'll love that complaint. You know what I'm saying? So back to some of the pros and the cons. One of the biggest cons working out of a drop yard is let's just say like something was to happen to your equipment, like, you know, every equipment you can think about that you use, whether it's your tractor or trailer, whether it's your hand truck, whether it's your electric jack. My bad, some of you guys don't know what it is. Let me tell you what an electric jack is, right? It's a but I'm saying though, you know, if something goes bad with your equipment, we don't have that luxury like the people in the DC have to take it to the maintenance department or whoever works on your equipment, or take our tractor and trailer to the shop. We don't have that luxury right away to take care of that problem and get back on the road. You know what I mean? So that's one of the big advantages of working out of a drop yard, of not working out of a drop yard, of working out of a DC. You know what I mean? One of the things I like working out of a drop yard is you don't got to go through all that extraness, man. You know what I mean? And when I say extraness, I mean you just go to work, man. You work in a DC, it's like the place is like super crowded. It's tractor trailers all over the place. Sometimes you get back from your route, you can barely find somewhere to park. The docks are full. You know what I mean? Like, we don't got to go through that. There's no outbound delivery. There's no tractor trailers here trying to make deliveries and stuff like that. It's just us. You know what I mean? Let me tell you one of the biggest cons of working out of a drop yard. I'm gonna get into it right now. Is two things. Now, working out of a drop yard, the biggest problem you will face is if you ever open the back of your trailer and you see that damn pallet turned upside down, that's one of the biggest problems you'll face working out of a drop yard, man. You know what I mean? I remember when I used to run chain account for US Foods. Man, them pallets used to always turn over, and it used to be a headache. And the thing is, the shuttle driver, shout out to all the shuttle drivers that be taking them fucked up corners. Shout out to all the shuttle drivers out there, man. But man, these guys, they would just drop the trailer and they wouldn't even fix one case, yo. Yo, just put one case back on the pallet. One, please. Can you put one case on the pallet? You know what I mean? So yeah, the shuttle drivers, they would just, they wouldn't even give you a hand to straighten back out the damn pallet. You know what I mean? And one of the things I want to say to the shuttle drivers, like, remember this: if you're shuttling from DC to a drop yard, it is your responsibility. Do not blame it on the warehouse. To protect the cargo, you got to strap that crap down, man. You know? So that's one of the disadvantages of working out of a drop yard, man. There's none that the pallets aren't in your hands. And let me tell you something, guys. If the warehouse load your pallets in the wrong direction, the wrong order, your date is pretty much done. DONNNNNEE. Your day is done, yo. And I'm gonna tell you why. We don't have the luxury. We do not have the luxury to drive to the dock and rearrange our pallets. We just don't. So if they load our pallets in the wrong order, we're pretty much screwed, man. We're pretty much crawling over pallets. And the reason I'm so passionate about this topic is because it happened to me, man. It happened to me. And it's not a nice thing. Now, if you run in chain account, guys, one of the ways you're gonna get screwed at working out of a drop yard, you're gonna get screwed if they're supposed to load you Chilton style. And Chilton style, I'm not gonna get into Chilton style right now, because if you're not a food service driver, it is kind of like it's a little difficult to try to understand what Chilton style is. But if they load you Chilton style and they put that pallet in the middle door, they just screwed you. Cause you're pretty much like have to either, I don't know, you just gotta take that whole pallet down and throw it to the ground and do what you gotta do, you know? So right now I'm in the drop yard right now, and I just pulled up, and yeah, if you guys can think of anything, anybody that works in the drop yard, if you can think of anything, just feel free to put in a comment, guys. Appreciate y'all for watching this video. Y'all be easy out there.